difference. 80,000 were here for and this famous 12th man implored to make a difference. 80,000 were here for a yell practice.
Because we're talking about a fan base who holds a practice just to make sure they are unified and loud enough for the game when their team needs them. And this crowd is getting...
And this famous 12th man implored to make...
Well, Aggies, welcome to the first ever midnight yell practice for a college football playoff game. Christmas came early for the Aggies, and we got another home football game right here in Kyle Field. We got college game day in the house this weekend. And finally, the biggest stage in college football gets to meet the Coliseum of college football, Kyle Field. Ags, we couldn't be more fired up to be here with y'all tonight. It's a big weekend here in Aggieland. And before we get started, I got some bad news, and I got some really good news. The bad news is we were supposed to have a super awesome special guest with us here tonight. You all know him as a college game day host, none other than Pat McAfee. I know, unfortunately, his plane didn't get to leave Oklahoma soon enough to get here for yell practice. We'll be sure to give him a hard time about it tomorrow. But on a much lighter note, our Fighting Texas Aggie volleyball team is competing for a national championship. I got no doubt in my mind that we're going to beat the ever-living hell out of Kentucky this Sunday. But now, Ags, let's get into it. What we're all here for. The first round of the college football playoffs. I don't know about y'all, but I couldn't be more fired up for our first round playoff matchup. Because in all honesty, if the Ags were playing Tulane or JMU, I would be more worried about that game than I am about these little Miami Hurricanes rolling in here tomorrow night. And I say that with full confidence because, I mean, the first joke about this Miami team is right there in the name, Hurricanes. Hurricanes are destructive storms. And the only thing destructive about this Miami football team is Carson Beck's ability to throw 4 interceptions in a single game. This Miami football team is coming straight from the ACC. The Ain't Competitive Conference. The always complaining conference. The conference who has maybe 1 or 2 good teams a year, and they want to act like they're comparable to the SEC. Even funnier, the conference whose conference champion is literally an 8-5 school. Y'all, if you're 8-5, you're 10th place in the SEC. Miami, I don't know what you're doing being 10-2 and not even in your own conference championship game. Oh, that's right. You lost to 8-4 Louisville and you lost to 8-4 SMU. And the reality about this Miami football team is that they're the 3rd most penalized team in college football, and they rank 119th in their ability to tackle. So what I understand is that they can't get down to the basics of football. And if you already can't tackle, well, you're going to have a hard time against players like Mario Craver and Le'Veon Moss. Those guys are already impossible enough to tackle. on their own. But what I'm getting from all these statistics about Miami is that the number 7 ranked Fighting Texas Aggie football team, the 11-1 team in the SEC, the most competitive conference in college football, led by All-Americans Casey Concepcion and Cassius Howe, are going to have a field day against these Miami Hurricanes when they show them what a real playoff contender looks like. And Ags, I'm not done yet. Don't even get me started on this Miami quarterback, Carson Beck. The same guy that transferred from Georgia, a championship caliber SEC school, because the lights were too bright. The pressure was too much. And his backup quarterback was creeping in on his starting position. Now, Carson Beck may tell you that he transferred for an NIL deal or some girl on the basketball team. But we all know that the reality is he was looking for a little less competition in the ACC. But when it comes down to it, all he found was the ability to throw double the amount of interceptions that he did when he was at Georgia. And even funnier about Carson Beck, I mean, this kid is literally a statue in the pocket. Y'all, he can't move. He's had negative rushing yards in half of his games for Miami. But at the end of the day, Ags, Carson Beck himself and all of his statistics are just a recipe for our Fighting Texas Aggie Wrecking Crew defense led by Torian York and both Scooby Williams and Bryce Anderson, who are rolling in here tomorrow ready to terrorize Carson Beck and remind him exactly why he ran away from the SEC in the first place. And lastly, Ags, I'm just going to leave y'all with this. The Miami football team, the biggest crowd that they played in front of this year was 70,000 fans. 70,000 fans against Florida State, a 5-7 school where they almost lost in overtime. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., they're going to run out of that tunnel right there in front of 110,000 roaring fans, with power blaring through those speakers. And that ACC mindset is going to click right in. The lights in Kyle Field are going to be too bright. The stadium pulse is going to be unbearable. And the Fighting Texas Aggie football team is going to be dominating that game before the coin is even flipped. Let's have a Fighting Texas Aggie yell practice.
sir. Howdy! Now, why is the Miami football stadium always half empty? Because all of their fans, they're in prison. A-O, Army. Army. I've got a little story for you, Ags. So one day, there was this good-for-nothing, basement-dwelling, prison-deserving Miami Hurricane. He had a pretty bad habit of breaking the law, just like most of their fans. And well, let's just say he happened to run across somebody you don't want to run across on the street. None other than Old Rock, the good Ag. And Old Rock, he caught that Miami fan trying to steal his wallet red-handed. And well, being the kind Ag that he is, he decided to let him go. But before he did, he said, "Son, you're going to regret that here really soon." And well, just the next day, when that Miami fan rolled out of bed and climbed upstairs out of his mom's basement, who else would be sitting at the breakfast table but Old Rock, with a big old smirk on his face. Now, the Miami fan, he was obviously pretty upset. So he said, "Mom, what the hell is Old Rock doing in our kitchen?" And his sweet mom, she just smiled and she said, "Well, son, you see, this man right here, this is your new dad. And that's exactly what we're going to do to him, Mags. We're going to beat the ever-living, ever-loving, compound, complex, Fighting Texas Aggie, playoff Kyle Field, Fighting Texas Aggie, the prettiest girls in the world, go to Texas A&M, Fighting Texas Aggie, praise God for Aggie land. We're going to beat the Fighting Texas Aggie class of 2027 hell out of those Miami Hurricanes."
Now, why is the University of Miami called the Hurricanes? Because their football team is a natural disaster. A-O Army. Army! I got a little story for you, Aggs. Well, one day, there was this mosquito-infested, beady-eyed, ugly-looking mascot from the University of Miami named Ibis the Bird. Well, you see, that stupid bird heard about this 26-foot-long snake and wanted to go hunt it to prove how much of a man he was. The only issue is that that dumb bird had never hunted a day in his life. So he decided to call upon the best hunter in the nation, who just so happened to be a man named Old Rock the Good Egg. Well, Old Rock quickly put together a plan and decided to spring a trap. His plan was to tie that stupid bird up, throw him over a tree branch, and dangle him as bait for that snake. Well, they set the trap, and just about 26 minutes later, here comes that snake. And Ibis started screaming at the top of his lungs, "Old Rock, please hurry, pull me up." And right before Old Rock pulled that rope, he looked at the snake, thought about it for a second, and a big grin came over his face. He said, "Today is your lucky day, because bird is on the menu, and that's exactly what we're going to do to McAfee, the ever-living, ever-loving, compound, complex, Fight Aggie. Miami is going to beat themselves. Fight Aggie. Pat McAfee is in the house. Fight Aggie. Parsons Mounted Cavalry. We're going to beat the Fight Aggie class of 2026 hell out of those Miami Hurricanes. Well, we'll get to beating the hell out of Miami here in a second. But since he's in the house, we've got to shout out. In the world of college football, he's world renowned. The college game day host and a pretty decent punter from Indianapolis back in the day. None other than Pat McAfee.
Howdy. Didn't know the woo was coming after that. Almost stepped on you. I apologize. Thank you so much for the hospitality. The fact that you all have a pep rally before every single home game at midnight is the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Plane just landed from Oklahoma. Alabama won. Get here to College Station. I sleep in a trailer outside. I get into my bus. I get changed. I hear you wild fucking maniacs going crazy. The FOMO was outrageous. I said, how could I not come see these beautiful people celebrate life and football in such a magical way together? Now, I have to make my pick tomorrow, just moments before the game starts, so I don't want to be biased, but I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. All right, I'm going to watch the show. The Yell Leaders, I have so much admiration for your moxie and your energy and your incredible ability to lead these people into the most magical college football atmosphere in the United States of America. All right, I'm going to go pass my ass out. If you guys can keep it down a little bit. Yeah, to hell with it. It's a celebration. It's a college football playoff. Thank you for having me. Gig 'em.
Twelfth man, thank you all so much for making it out here tonight in the middle of your winter break when none of you even have to be in College Station. You just show the true dedication of the 12th man that is unmatched and isn't comparable to any fan base in college football. And I know for me, it's what makes me so proud to be a fighting Texas Aggie. Aggies, there's one more thing I want to leave y'all with tonight. I understand the last time that we watched this fighting Texas Aggie football team play, we were a bit disappointed. It wasn't exactly the outcome that we wanted to see as Aggies. But what I can guarantee you is after that last game, there was a new fuel to our flame that you haven't seen with this fighting Texas Aggie football team yet. Because the team that's going to come out of that tunnel at 11 a.m. tomorrow is going to be hungrier than any Aggie football team you've ever seen. Hungrier than the team that walked into Notre Dame and put the world on notice. Hungrier than the team that cleared out Death Valley, and hungrier than the team that made the largest comeback in program history. Because the team that walks out of that tunnel tomorrow, they're hungry for championship confetti. And I know that our head coach, Mike Elko, has done everything he can to help us get ready to beat the ever-living hell out of anyone that gets in our way. Tomorrow, that starts right here in the Coliseum of college football, Kyle Field, with you, the 12th man, when we beat the hell out of Miami. We'll see y'all in here back tomorrow morning when we take care of business. Thanks, gig 'em, God bless, and God bless Texas A&M.